In Hebrews chapter 10, verse 36, we have a word that, in one hand, we don't want to hear, but in the other hand, it renews our hope. You understand why. The verse says, "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise." Patience is a virtue that is missing in most of us. Patience is a virtue that is lacking out there, because every day that passes in this fast-paced world, where everything is fast, everything happens through a click, it has become out-fashioned. Patience is not a virtue that people seek normally. People seek virtues that are more attractive, such as courage. Am I right? Everybody wants to be courageous. Everybody wants to be bold, strong. Am I right? People want to have prudence, intelligence, wisdom. Many virtues are more attractive and therefore more desirable to pursue. But they are not less or more important than the others that are not as attractive. There are virtues that are not attractive, such as patience. Who wants to hear, waiting in a queue, whatever the queue is? We don't like queue usually. But you are in a queue and they tell you, be patient. Be patient. Your time will come. You don't want to hear this word. You're already in the queue. And someone comes to you and tells you, be patient. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear that the queue will move. Yes, nobody wants to hear this word. Usually people don't seek patience as a virtue, and because we don't seek it, we must learn by force. Am I right? By force. Yes. We don't learn for good, we'll learn for bad. Because it is a fact that in life, we achieve almost nothing on the spot and the way we want. Life is not made the way we want. Actually, every father and mother knows that if they do everything their child wants, they won't create a functional adult, but a narcissist, maybe even a psychopath. No parents in their sound mind will give what their child wants and when they want, because we'll train them badly. You parents, you know that. Well, if we know it, what about God? About us? So if you don't learn for good, you will learn for bad. It's better for us to learn to develop the virtue of patience for good, and to understand that this is part of the process and that we will have to face situations like that, that things will not happen when we want, and this, in the end, if we believe, will be for our good, for our own good. Because if you take possession of things before it's time, the Bible says that the blessing before time becomes a curse. Think about it. A blessing before time becomes a curse. So if we take possession of that before the right time, that will become bad for us. But when we understand the role of perseverance and patience, we understand that that was good for us. Today I understand this. When the people of Israel went to take possession of the promised land, when the people left Egypt, guided in the desert guided by Joshua, and they entered the promised land, God warned the people, you will not be able to expel all the nations that are there at once, because if you expel all the peoples and nations that are there, you will not be able to manage the land. The beasts of the field will multiply and devour you, and you will have to conquer it step by step. You will have to be step by step. And Joshua spent his whole life conquering the promised land, fighting to take possession of what God gave him, and he died and didn't conquer everything. Well, these examples are left in the Holy Scriptures so that we have understanding that anxiety is an enemy of faith. Because of anxiety, many spoil what they were working on. Because of anxiety. For example, how many, because of anxiety, they get involved with someone in a relationship, and as soon as the passion comes, the desire is to go to bed with them. They don't care if they will spend the night there with them, and later they think, will he call me? The woman thinks, will he call me? Man usually doesn't think if the woman will call him back. Usually they think, I hope she doesn't call me back. Am I right? But she is expecting, will he call me? But why is she expecting that? And most times, she has a feeling that she was discarded. Why? Because she jumped all steps. She was anxious. She hurried into things. Pay attention. Every time you allow anxiety to take over you, for you to take possession of something that you wanted quickly, it will only prolong your wait. Anxiety does not hurry what you want. It prolongs the waiting because you spoil everything. You wanted a relationship, someone to call your own, someone who would respect you, who would call you, who would love you, who would marry you. You wanted someone, but now that you jumped all steps and you went to bed with the person, now you delayed everything because the person thinks like this. This is just another. This person does not have what I need to form a family. In other words, anxiety generates a long waiting time. Now you have to start all over. You have to find someone else with a luggage of rejection, of feeling used, and etc. So patience, which is the opposite of anxiety, perseverance, the opposite of anxiety, is the virtue we need for many things in life that won't happen overnight. Understand this once and for all. You won't be able to save your monthly wages, let's say £100 this month, and next month you have a fortune. You have to change your habits and you have to be patient. To change your finances, to get out of debts, you have to change your behavior and persist in the change. Don't expect to save this money and next month all your debts are cleared. Don't expect that. Don't expect to go to the gym today and wake up tomorrow full of muscles as a bodybuilder who spent their whole life training. Everybody knows this. But in the time to act, we end up giving ourselves into anxieties. That's why the word says, for ye have need of patience. You need to recognize that you need. Most of us, we need. I need. You need. We need. We have need of patience. If you recognize that you need, then you can start seeking for it, asking God for it. My God, help me to be more patient, more perseverant, help me to remain doing what is right and to go until the end. I don't want to give up along the way. I want to see the word fulfilled. The word that says the end of a thing is better than its beginning. Why the end of a thing is better than its beginning? Because only those who persevere until the end will have the taste of victory. That's why the end is better. The beginning is hard. The middle is even worse. But the end of things is better. You need to pray and ask God, I want to see this fulfilled in my life. Give me patience and perseverance. And remember, it's not enough to have patience and perseverance. The text is quite clear. That after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. So, patience and perseverance to remain doing the will of God. And after you've done the will of God, believe and persevere that that promise may be fulfilled in your life. This is what we need. Do you need this? Then ask for it, develop it, practice it, and you will taste this promise. The end of a thing is better than its beginning. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.